Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, the merciful Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles of great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Alright, the 144 and the brothers who are there sincerely pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, which would make up part of the 144. 144,000, which will be redeemed. Alright, shalom to you. Alright, and this is Amawan from the Great Millstone Camp in Trinidad, coming back with the part 3 to Cornelius the Israelite, or the Salvaged Gentiles. Alright, now what is going is this Mobizen app. My phone is not a phone that has hold plenty memory, so this Mobizen app, it is full up quick now. When I doing live stream, when I doing little sit downs on it, it's full up quick, and then the phone does just cut off because the memory full. So that's why I keep cutting it, you know. So let me see how far we will go, and let me see if we go finish the lesson. This is, I was saying in the last one is I was talking about Ananias. All right. This is the Apostle Paul talking here. This is Acts 22 verse 10. And I said, what shall I do, Lord? And the Lord said unto me, arise and go into Damascus, and there shall be told thee of all things which are prepared, which are appointed for thee to do. And when I could not see for the glory of that light, being led by the hand of them that were with me, I came into Damascus. And one Ananias, a devout man, same thing said about Cornelius, alright? Ananias, a devout man, according to the law, alright? Having a good report of all the Jews. Same thing said about Cornelius. Cornelius was of good report among the Jews, alright? Which dwelt there, came unto me and stood and said unto me, Brother Saul, receive thy sight. And the same hour I looked up upon him. Verse 14, and he said, the power of our fathers. So Ananias was an Israelite, alright? The power of the God of our fathers, the power of our fathers had chosen thee, that thou shouldest know the will and see that the just one shouldest hear the voice of his mouth. Alright, so the same thing said about Cornelius. He was a devout man and of good report of the Jews, and Ananias was an Israelite. Alright, so Cornelius would be the same thing, an Israelite. Alright, back in Acts chapter 10. Wait, let me go on. It says, Acts 10 and 22, and they said, Cornelius, the centurion, a just man, and one that feareth God, and of good report among all the nation of the Jews. Alright, was warned from the Most High. Is the same thing, the same about that Israelite, the same thing about that. That's what you fools does believe. They will say the same thing about that Israelite and say the same thing about that blasted dog, an actual heathen. Cornelius was an Israelite. Alright? It says, and of good report of the nation of the Jews, was warned from the Most High by an holy angel to send for thee into this house, and to hear the words of thee. Then called he them in, and lodged them, and on the morrow Peter went away with them, and certain brethren from Joppa, and accompanied him. And the morrow after they entered into Caesarea, and Cornelius waited for them, which was an Israelite, alright, and had called together his kinsmen and near friends, alright. And as Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him, and fell down at his feet, and worshipped him. But Peter took him up, saying, stand up, I myself also am a man. And as he talked with him, he went in, and found many that were come together. And he said unto them, ye know, Alright, ye know that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew, alright, to keep company. Why would Peter say it is an unlawful? Why? What make it unlawful for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation? But the Most High had showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. So if that is the case, alright, if that is the case, then the Apostle Paul would have to be going off when he made this statement in Hebrews. And the Apostle Paul was an apostle of who? The Gentiles. But here what he say? Here we talk about a man by the name of Esau. Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator, alright, or profane person as Esau, alright, that would make him unclean. Esau would be unclean. So then we're saying the Apostle Paul going off because Peter is the head disciple or was the head apostle. And if it was talking about an Edomite, if Cornelius was an Edomite, alright, then why would the Apostle Paul call a man Esau, call him a fornicator and profane? And the word profane means outside the temple. And fornication is uncleanness. Alright? Showing you that what? Cornelius had to be an Israelite. But what made Cornelius unclean or common is that by the customs that his forefathers would have been keeping. Alright? The customs his forefathers would have been keeping. But what? He had faith. Alright? Cornelius was a man, the Gentiles, they were faithful, believing in the Son of the Most High. And Peter had was to go and tell them, thing. Some of them might know, some of them might know that they were actually Gentiles, Israelites. Some didn't know there was Israelites, some did. Alright? Peter had was to go and clarify up the whole doctrine to him as he being the head apostle. But Cornelius was an Israelite, alright? He was an Israelite. He was no blasted heathen. No heathen have no part in the kingdom of heaven. Read Revelation 11, verse 1 and 2. So back in Acts 10, and verse 28, it says, and he said unto them, ye know, and he said unto them, you know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation. Now, Cornelius wasn't of another nation, particularly a Edomite. He was an Israelite, alright? But he grew up under the customs of what? The nation where he was born in. Going back to what the curses, alright? What the Most High say? The Most High say, in Deuteronomy 28, verse 64, he say, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of heaven even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods. So the Most High say, go and scatter us, alright? Now if you go and scatter us, alright, if you scattering us, then we would, this is what we go do. And there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So him doing that, his forefathers doing that, they were considered of another nation. Because when you go into the law, this is what the law states. Alright, this is what the law states. This is Exodus 31 verse 14. It says, ye shall keep the Sabbath thereof, therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. Alright? And the Jews back then, they were going off of this law. They were reading this and saying, hey, them fellas wasn't keeping no Sabbath and thing, boy. You can't come back in this. You understand? But the Gentiles, what? Is faith. Is faith what pulling them in. Not the law, not the writings, but the belief in the Son of the Most High. Alright? The belief in the Son of the Most High. When you read what? Leviticus 7 verse 27. It says what? Whatsoever soul it be that eateth any manner of blood, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. Alright? But what the Most High say in Ezekiel what? Ezekiel 18 verse 5. I read from 4. He said, behold, all souls are mine. All souls is his own. So he could call back in your spirit if he want. Even though if he cast it off, he could call it back. Because why? He known unto the Most High are all his works from the beginning of the world. Alright? So even if an Israelite go off, he have power to bring them back into the fold. He had the power to do that. Alright? He had the power to do that. Leviticus 18 verse 29. It say, for whosoever committed any of these abominations, that's no, Now when I read from the top, let me see if I could get some more. It says, neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. Alright? So now when you read verse 29, it say what? For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the souls that commit them shall be cut off from among his people. These is the laws they were holding on to. Alright, them men and them shaving the beard, them cut off. So them is like of a what? Another nation. Alright? There's like of another nation of people. There's not Israelites because they're not keeping these laws. But faith is what bringing them back into the fold. Faith. I'll get one more. Leviticus 20 verse 1 to 3. It says, and Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, again thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel, alright, that giveth any of his seed unto Molech, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones, and I will set my face against that man, and will cut off from among his people, cut him off, and will cut him off from among his people, because he had given his seed unto Molech to defile and to profane my holy name. And Jake was doing that. Molech was what? A false god. It had Jakes who was practicing this. Alright? And people didn't know that around in the known world at the time. But they were still Israelites. But what they didn't understand was what? The faith in Yahweh Shai. They were holding on to these laws. Alright, all your doing them thing. All you can't come in. The law say no. Just now, let me see if I find that precept. Let me see. Pause this file.